Alright, so the rest of the bread though, I figured I'd show you how to lay it out in the pan and to do something different with it. So this time I'll make breadsticks and I'm going to season it differently. So, first step, there you go. Just enough oil that it'll start spreading out. And just get that all over the damn place. I used to do this on a floor tile, spare floor tile I had, and then I was an idiot and I tried putting it directly on actually this burner right here, underneath here, which is currently not on, and tried cooking directly on that, and it exploded. Fortunate for me, it exploded that way. It didn't come this way. It didn't come at me. It just very hot floor tile just shattered this way. Yeah. So some of that excess olive oil, get it all over my hands so the bread will not stick to my hands. Oh, it smells a little bit like a vinegar. It's a nice sourdough right now. So just like I said it would be. It deflates quite a bit when you handle it. So these are not going to be quite as fluffy as the pizza was. A lot of time, even with the pizza, I'll actually like kind of tamp it down so it doesn't get that fluffy. But yeah, this time I thought it would be nice. Random shit in the dough. Yeah, there's still crumbs in here. I didn't clean it out all that well because it's breadcrumbs. It's the same bread that I'm making. Why worry about it so much? And look at that. Look how hard that is to flatten without a frickin' rolling pin. It's so hard. You can't. It's impossible to do. It'll be all lumpy if you don't have a rolling pin. No, because the nature of the dough, it wants to contract on itself. So it wants to form nice, simple surfaces. That's why it's trying to make a circle here, and here, and here, and here. It's trying to reduce surface tension. A very lumpy surface, that's a problem. It wants to pull that tight. It actually will help you if you let it. It will cooperate with you. People just have this idea that they have to control everything. Yeah. Not sure why I'm making a lip on this. So I was going to do breadsticks. I've never actually done a breadsticks in a pan, I don't think. That might be part of why I'm confused about what I'm doing. I actually don't need olive oil anymore. Alright, now I'm going to wash my hands because they are all covered in olive oil. And the other things I'm going to put on there will just stick to my hands, which is not where I want them. Look at those beautiful circular corners. I wonder why it does that. Could it be science? Could it be physics? Could it be fucking basic ass geometry? Could it just be surface tension? Oh. Let's go post on a science page about how a rectangular pizza makes more sense and it's more efficient. Because I'm a whiny bitch. Sorry, I think that's really fucking funny. So, just hit it with salt, just like I would if I were making a pizza. Trying to get it more or less evenly distributed. So I try to do it like every pass, I try to use a different pattern so that I'm not focusing it, and I start in different places, right? So like I'll do one around the edges. That's mostly from pizzas so that the crust gets it. And usually when I'm making a pizza, I do want the crust to get a slightly heavier dose than the rest of it. So I might go around it twice, and then I'll do like a zigzag this way, zigzag this way. So they're starting in different places, and they're making a different pattern. And then I'll do like a back and forth, up and down some. You know, just try to like get it as evenly distributed as possible. Try to reduce focal points. Don't need that anymore. And then, I haven't done this in a while, but I thought I would. Is there even a label that you can read on camera? I don't think there is. This is hing, asafoetida. And I'm gonna mix that with some ground white pepper. Where does it see it? There we go. So kind of the same deal. So that's the white pepper. And this actually results in a flavor that is bizarrely similar to garlic bread. It's actually quite nice. It's different. It's not exactly that flavor, but it is bizarre how similar it is. So if you want to make like garlic breadsticks, which is more or less what I'm going for here, then you could do this. You could do this with, you could do it with garlic. You could do it with hing. Asafoetida. Now we're quite dry. So that was the white pepper. And there's some, I think this thing is almost empty. There's some hing. I can't close that with one hand. I very rarely use this. I do like it, but like my kids don't like it for whatever reason, so. It kind of just doesn't get used. That is a strong smell. All right, that's pretty much done. You could maybe drizzle a little olive oil over that. Maybe I will. The top surface is pretty dry. Just use the cap. Come on. There we go. And that's exactly how hard that is. super hard. Oh, try to complain. All right, now since we're making breadsticks, we'll just drop some cuts in here so that when it bakes, it'll be thinnest at those points, and when it's ready, when it's done, you can just break them off at those points. You can make rolls the same way. You just do like a pattern on that, or like those tortillas that I made earlier. If you, instead of frying it, or like in a pan, if you put them in a pan like this and baked it, and like you spread it out and then score it, you get corn chips. So if you salted about 2 or 3 times as heavily as I salted my tortillas, basically you just get Fritos. Quite nice. Quite nice. Yeah. Something like that. And see, my oven's already at 145 because it takes a long ass time for it to heat or to cool off. So it's already up to temp a little bit, but it's still, that's toasty. But I think if I left my hand on there, it might hurt me. But it's not super hot in there. So I'm still gonna give it 25 minutes. So basically the same as the pizza because it was completely cold. I added like 1 more minute onto it. I've actually found if it's like around 200 degrees, it'll make a really beautifully soft bread if you bake it up to 425 over 25 minutes. That's probably about ideal. But if you try to go longer, it just starts burning the outside. So, yeah. Bringing it up to temp to maybe like 220 beforehand. Maybe just like turning on the oven while you're making it so that it's in that ballpark when you're ready to put it in. We're not trying to preheat it completely, but preheat it to around that point, and then 25 minutes in there. It comes out beautiful. It's about the best that I've seen. Anyway, there you go.